This boy about to kill me. I'm about to die for these shoes.
You're watching SNKHDZ TV.
What's good, YouTube? Welcome to another episode of SNKHDZ TV. I am your boy, Too Hot to Dead Stock, and we're here to tell you a sneaker story, or a sneaker ghost story, or just a crazy story that happened when I cop shoes. All I know is, I think the best stories and the best thing from sneaker culture is the stories. Now I know it's crazy to get shoes that you like, and it's crazy to get limiteds and stuff online, but I think like the old camp out days and other stuff like that, I think it's crazy when, you know, other sneakerheads have stories to tell about when they copped a certain shoe they wanted or a certain thing happened and it was just like too much to handle, and you got the shoe and this craziness outbroke. Like just so much stuff went down, you're just like, what the just happened? And so I want to talk to you guys about a story about when I copped these Cement 4s and completely almost thought I was going to die. First off, go ahead and like this video, please share it, and please subscribe to the channel. We have more things coming on. We're trying new things and trying to do a bunch of other stuff, not just thrifting, but we do have new thrift videos coming up soon. So go ahead, if you like the content, please like, please comment, please share. And let's get to it. So it happened one day when I was working at Ross, and you know, it was a boring day. I'm sitting up in the front at the podium. Other two dudes are called out, so I'm there. I'm supposed to be walking around, but I'm there. You know, lost provision, whatever. And so I'm sitting there. I'm scrolling through my phone, and a notification pops up from Soul 661. It's the local Facebook group, and a guy says, "Hey, I got white cement 4s for $40 if anybody wants to cop." Now I'm thinking to myself, $40 is a steal. And I'm looking at the condition of them. I'm like, not bad. Like, you just need a little paint or whatever. But these are not bad condition. I might want to get these. Also happened that somebody hit me up for a post I had on there for some shoes. And it all happened to be in the same spot in Buttonwillow. So I was like, you know what? You know, cop some, flip some, still come ahead. Let's do this. It sounds like a steal. And so I ended up getting off work around 8:30 that night. It's pretty late. The guy was like, hey, do you want me to bring them there? You want me to ship them to you? And you know when they say patience is a virtue? They're not lying to you. When somebody tells you that, you listen. You stay patient. You wait for those things. So I was like, nah, I'm just going to go get them today. It don't matter. So, so I took off. And I went straight to Buttonwillow. I knew a route to take, but for some reason my phone routed me another way, and I wasn't used to this way. That should have been my first sign that stuff was about to pop off. And so I went this other way, and I'm driving. My GPS is telling me to go this way. It didn't hit me up to hit up my friend who had the night off. I was like, hey man, you want to roll with me? I've never been to this place before. But for some reason I was like, nah, he might be busy. You know, my boy is busy. You know, whatever. I'll just go ahead on my own. Just pick him up, whatever. Done. My wife had went out of town for the weekend, and so she was with her family. She wasn't there, and so I just said, yeah, I'll just go ahead and take it. So I'm driving off. I put my phone on the charger. My phone was at 20%, so I put my phone on the charger and I'm driving off. But also remember, I have my GPS on, so I'm like, okay. So as I'm going somewhere, it's also killing my battery. So I'm going, and then out of nowhere there was a quick turn, and I miss it, and I was like, should I go back? There's so many cars going that I just kept going, and the phone rerouted me another route. So I was like, okay, this might be quick. And it shed like a few minutes off the time. So I was like, okay, cool. You know, we're making time now. You know, everything's good. So as I'm driving, it's getting darker. It's getting darker and darker and darker. The streets are getting smaller and smaller to like one road streets. And out of nowhere, you know, I'm just driving down and I get to dirt road. I'm like, yo, like this is too much. I need to turn back. So by the time I said, you know what, let me turn back and let's not do this, I looked at the GPS and it said I was 5 minutes away from my destination. So naturally, I'm just like, okay, let me just continue to drive. I'm almost there. Tells me to take this left. So I take this left and I'm like, okay, cool. This is a straight up dirt road. Like, I don't know what this is or where I'm going. So I'm just going to take it slow. as I'm driving, I'm not even going fast. As I'm driving, out of nowhere, I just hear this. And I was like, what the was that? Smoke comes up from my tire, shoots up. I hit it. And I'm like, oh, maybe it's not my tire, so I'm trying to roll a little bit more. And then you kind of hear the, and I was like, oh, I just popped my effing tire. And so I'm sitting there in the car like, you gotta be kidding me. Now, mind you, your boy don't know how to change a tire, which is basic life skills PSA. So your boy don't know how to change a tire. And so I'm just sitting there like, what should I do? And so I'm sitting there like, well, change the tire, dummy. So I get out and I'm like, I don't know how to do this. And so I call my boy and I'm like, hey brother, so letting you know my tire popped. I'm out here in Buttonwillow. I don't know where I'm at. You know how to change the tire. And he's like, what do you mean you're in Buttonwillow? I said, I'm in Buttonwillow. I was trying to sell some shoes and get some shoes, but I'm stuck out here. I don't know where I'm at. And he was like, oh, dude, like, let me know where you're at and I'll come and get you. And he's like, why didn't you just tell me? I said, dude, I thought you was busy. And so we went, so he was like, shoot me your address. And I was like, I don't know where to give you my address. So I just like went to my GPS, screenshotted it where I was, as soon as I was next to the freeway, which was the original way I should have went because it would have been so much easier. But no, I was like, let me just follow this GPS. And so I'm sitting there and and I screenshotted him and I sent him the photo where I was. And he was like, bet, I'm gonna try to get out there. And so as I'm looking at my phone, I'm like, I only got 8% battery left. Like, what is going on? And so I was looking at my charger. The charger that I had apparently was broken. And so that didn't work. So I had to run to the back. I had this old little charger, but it drained more than it charged, so it didn't even make any sense. And so I called my wife, and I called her I called my wife. I was like, hey babe, listen, so I'm stuck on Buttonwillow, and I only got 8% of battery left. And you know, I don't know if I'm gonna make it out of here alive. If you can go ahead and just, you know, tell my story and just make sure I was the hero, I'd appreciate that. And she's laughing at me, and I'm like, I'm being dead serious, I'm chopped out here. She's like, what are you doing? So I told her why I came out there. She's like, oh my God, why didn't you ask for help? And I was like, nah, I'm a dude, I'm stubborn. We don't ask for help. So I said, and I told her what's going on. I said, hey, just, if you know, if I don't make it, just, you know, tell my story. And so my boy hits me up and he's like, dude, like, we're trying to find out where you are. And he said, dude, you're out there. Like, why didn't you say anything? And it's like, again, I'm stubborn. I wanted these. I didn't have patience. And so I'm just like, ah, man. And then I tell the guy who I was gonna pick the shoes up from. I said, hey, my man, this is not my phone, by the way. It's an old phone. I was like, hey, my man, like, listen, your boy over here got a flat tire. You know how to change a tire. And he was like, nah, I don't. And I said, oh, that's cool. And he's like, yeah, but I can see if I can ask my dad. And I'm like, wait, what? I didn't know this kid was in high school. And I was like, oh shit, well, his dad's not home. And so out of nowhere, he pulls up. I'm sitting there, I'm like trying to charge my phone, got the car on a little bit, trying to keep the phone charged. You know, and I'm just like, yo, it's super muddy out here. It was a bunch of rain, which is random rain for Bakersfield, but it was a bunch of rain a few times before, so it was muddy. And out of nowhere, as I'm trying to charge my phone, I see like some lights shoot up. And like this ATV was driving up. And I was like, oh, maybe this person knows how to change a tire. And so I'm waiting for it, and the person getting closer and closer. And so I'm just like, yo, like over here, like, yo. And he comes over. It's the dude selling the shoes. And so he was like, hey man, just came out here to check on you, which is nice. Came and check you, see if everything's okay. Because I had sent him a picture of my location. And I was like, yeah, everything was good. And he's like, yeah, man, like, if you don't want to buy the shoes, like, I definitely understand because you probably got something else to handle. And so in my mind, like, I should have said, you know what, brother? At this time, it's probably a sign I probably shouldn't buy these shoes because I'm pretty sure I'm going to have to pay for this tire. that I gotta replace because my dumb behind decided I was gonna run up here super late to get these shoes. Now, mind you, I got off work at 8:30. By this time, it's 11 something. I'm just out there. I'm out there. I was out there for a long time sitting for it. He came up with the ATV and he was just like, you know, hey, so he said, yeah, that's cool. And then he looks at me, he's like, yeah, man, if you don't want to buy the shoes, that's cool. And I'm sitting there and I gave him this look like, hey, bro, give me them shoes real quick. Give me them shoes anyway, because I was like, I ain't come out here for nothing. Your boy ain't about to be out here for nothing. Let me get these shoes real quick. It's gonna be all right. My boy gonna come through. Like, we good, right? Wrong. So we ended up coming through, and out of nowhere, I'm just hearing these moves. These like loud moves. And I'm just like, what the heck? And it's like getting louder and louder and louder. And I'm looking around, I'm just like, who the hell am I? I'm looking, and the moves are getting louder and louder. By this time, it's getting darker, darker. And so I'm sitting there like, crap. What am I supposed to do? And the moves are still there. And I was like, bro, like, what is going to happen? And so I'm sitting there and I'm like, I pull out the tire jack and I'm looking at things. And I'm pulling out my phone and trying to figure out how do I jack this car up so I can change this tire. I've never changed a tire. And so I'm just like, bro, I'm stuck. And I see these lights come by and I'm thinking that's my boy. And I'm like, no, they're driving by. And another one, no, driving by. And I'm just like, crap. And so out of nowhere, I get a phone call. And I'm like, oh snap, I only got 4% battery left. My phone is dying rapidly. 4% battery left. Which actually from the time period, I guess the last one was good at battery, you know, Samsung battery. And so I'm just like, I was like, dude, like, where are you at, man? He's like, dude, we're going down. We don't see you guys. I mean, we don't see you. And I was like, dude, like, I'm standing right here. Like, dude, like, I'm down in this area, like, close to where you said you were. I don't see you guys. He said, nah, I see some houses. Well, the houses is probably where homeboy lives. You need to come a little further down. And so he takes this turn, and him and his wife get stuck. Now, mind you, they told me a story after the fact that in his house, he's like, Mike's stuck in the below, his tires popped, I gotta go get him, and then rushes up the house, which is hilarious, but I appreciate them. And so, they turn down this way, and he's like, dude, I was like, what? And he's like, I'm stuck. And I said, what do you mean you're stuck? He said, I'm stuck, like, our car is stuck. We can't get this car out of the mud. And I'm just like, you gotta be effing kidding me right now. And by that time, my phone just dies, like completely dies. So I'm like, what the hell is going on? He's stuck somewhere and I can't help him. This phone is not charging because this charger doesn't want to work. And I got these dope ass shoes that I'm gonna die in. And so out of nowhere, I hear this door close, like it slams. And I looked up and there's a guy who came out the barn. And so he comes out the barn and he's standing there staring at me. Like, I'm not too close to him, but it's close enough to know it's a barn with a bunch of cows and he's staring at me. And I'm just like, yo, anybody over there? And he's not even moving. He's just staring. He's staring at me. And I'm just like, my God. He's staring. He slowly walks to his truck, sits down in the truck, turns on his light, and stays there. And I could tell he's looking dead at me because he stayed there at the doorway, stared. I have my lights on and my emergency lights, stared, and then sat back. And I'm just like, should I walk up there? But then my black instincts was like, no, brother, you know by the movies, you don't walk up to a crazy barn with a weird dude who is staring at you. That's not what we do. We stay in this car and we stay here. We stay here. So legit, I hopped in the car with the darkness around me, I locked every single door. I rolled every window up, and I rolled that chair seat back like this because I knew homeboy was over there staring at me. Now the moves are still happening. His lights are still on, and I'm freaking out, and I'm just like, this boy about to kill me. I'm about to die for these shoes. I'm about to die because I couldn't wait for those shoes. And so I'm sitting there, I'm like, oh my God, this is it. This is it. This is it for me. This is it. Like, I can't, my phone's dead. I can't tell nobody. My boy's stuck somewhere. Like, I don't know. And then out of nowhere, out the blue, I hear, like I hear honking. And then out of nowhere, I see my guy's car pull up. And I pull up, I'm like, dude! Bro! Like, what the hell? This man and his wife got out the car and was punching the gas and pushing their car out the mud. Whew! Like out the mud to come over to find me. And then when they finally found me, I was like, yo, I don't know how to change this tire. Help your boy out. And so we legit sat there and changed the tires. And you know, I put the little donut on. And I'm slowly running. I ain't playing no more. I'm not even going the mandated speed that says you can go on the donut. Your boy going 20 miles per hour. If even. I'm just trying to get home. It's about this time I'm just trying to get home. Our tire place is closed and it don't open on Sundays. And this was a Saturday. You know, and so I'm just like. So the next day, your boy had to go to the tire shop and get the new tire. All for some shoes. And that, my friends, is my spooky, scary sneaker shopping story. I was freaked the hell out. I ain't never done a trip like that again, and I never will. That is it. I was spooked, and I really thought homeboy at the barn was gonna take my life. Cause that's creepy. You just walk up to the doorway and just stand there. He stood there with a drink and just. And then walk to his truck and watch me from the truck. Man, if y'all had any stories like that, definitely let me know in the comments. I love reading those stories. That's the sneaker culture. That's what brings us all together. It's the stories about finding shoes, copying shoes, whatever. It just, I love them. It brings us together. It brings us together as a community. I will talk to you guys later. Don't forget to like this video, share this video. I appreciate you guys. I'll talk to you guys next time.